Hey everybody, how you doing? Funny Times 84 here. Yeah, my father used to have a subscription to Funny Times. I don't know if you would call it a paper or a magazine. I don't know, kind of a weird collaboration of artists and comics and stuff. Um, yeah, we had a subscription to that, and one of my father's friends got him that, like a subscription to that for some reason. I don't know why, but I thought it was cool. I read the junk out of them, and I still have some of the old issues. And yeah, I don't know. That's how I became familiarized with Zippy the Pinhead. And they have and Red Meat. You can go online and check out a bunch of the archived comic stuff. Very subversive and interesting uh, stuff that really kind of influenced me and my absurdist, weird sense of humor. See, I think we all think that we're awesome, but everybody thinks that they're awesome, but my view count suggests otherwise. But yeah, we got Hello Kitty Lovely Fruit Park. Now, I was looking through my Japanese import games, and what I was doing was trying to figure out what can I do that is extremely short and to the point. I mean, that's kind of the reasoning why I'm doing that other video that I'm probably going to upload before this one. It's a fighting game, let's just say that. But yeah, I'm just kind of hitting A just to get a generalized overview. Looks a lot like Garden Panic because of the building. I guess that's Hello Kitty's home. Like I've said, I'm not really a fan of Hello Kitty. I felt the need to get my hands on a lot of Hello Kitty games. I got all of them for the Dreamcast because I have two Hello Kitty pink systems. And yeah, I kind of modded one of mine where I put the American innards in the casing for the Japanese, one of my pink ones. And I'm able to do that because I was wanting to play NTSC games on the Hello Kitty Dreamcast for some reason. I guess I was just kind of tired of looking at the Japanese text. I have a regular Japanese system, just the white shell, you know? And I want to get my hands on some, like the Yakawa box, but prices are going up for that, despite the fact that it's just kind of a standard Japanese system with just the director Yakawa, with his face on it. Yeah, it was kind of weird what they were doing with their marketing. Shigashiro was weird with the Sega Saturn marketing and stuff like that. But we've talked in vivid detail about how Hello Kitty is off spiritually and how it's just weird how celebrities spend an inordinate amount of time focusing on something that just has no personality or anything like that. I don't understand why children gravitate towards it, and I don't understand the tremendous market for it because I guess that the masses, the brain dead sheeple, they like to conform. That's like the most important thing for them, and Hello Kitty is just this most safe and conformist toy that you can do. It's been around since the 70s, 60s, something. But looks like a puzzle game, and that's a good thing. That's refreshing. The Garden Panic was like a Battleship clone. This one looks like it's a, I don't know if it looks kind of like hexagon. I used to go to techzoned.com. That's some ancient internet stuff. Techzoned.com, and there was a game called, I believe, Hexagon, not to be confused with Hexic HD for the Xbox 360, which is a very good game as well. But I love me some puzzle games. I think a lot of people feel the same way. We love our fighters, we love our puzzle games, we love our shmups, we love our every genre imaginable. Just put a video game in front of me, hand me a controller, and I'm a happy camper. So yeah, without further ado, let's check out Hello Kitty Lovely Fruit Park. Okay, I guess there's no demo mode to really show you anything. It's kind of a cheap cash grab. I think Garden Panic was the same. The little intro music is sharing the same time signature and tempo, I believe, as Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. It sounds very familiar. It's like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I mean, I'm saying it off of beat. Yeah. Twinkle Little Star. Okay, I'm trying here. Let's see. I don't know what the options are. I just get lucky whenever I hit the first options. It just kind of dumps me into the movie or the mode or whatever. An eviction notice. You must get out by the end of the week. Is that Hello Kitty's father? Give me money. See, she's saying, give me money. And he's like, why do you need money? She's like, for stuff and things. And he's like, I'm going to capitulate to you because it's going to teach to young girls that it's okay to just be like that. I'm worried about the wrong morals and values being taught to people and how people just passively ingest those messages. Because as a society, we really need to reflect on what's being said to us, what's being presented to us, and really just internalize it and just find out where we are in the world. I wonder how I was before I came to be. Like, you know how you're like 7 years old, and then all of a sudden things click, and you're like, wait a minute, I'm just kind of living. It's like you're not aware of what's going on until just a certain. It's like you're just living. You know, you're just a straight up product of your parents molding you. You know, you watch TV. That's what's so dangerous, man. Like, that people plop their kids in front of television, and these kids, they're not even able. Like, their brains are sponges. They're picking up everything, and you know, who knows how, you know, what happened to us because we don't remember, and that stuff's scary. You know, it's kind of like being hypnotized. That stuff really scares me. Being put under and then having somebody like suggest stuff and like telling you what to do, what I think like hypnotherapy is just as scary to me as electroshock, MK Ultra, you know. But yeah, I guess you pick a berry. Oh, this is just like hexagon. This is the same game. So these games are cheap cash grabs, and I'm just going to go ahead and call it, and I don't care if Sanrio does anything or anything, because Sanrio's not going to do nothing. They're too busy scalping people for profit. See, making cheap toys and making these crappy cartoons where they just buy a cartoon studio and then they say, hey, make Hello Kitty cartoons now, and they're like, okay, I guess we got no choice. Sanrio's just a big company, probably, and like I said, they're not going to do anything because I'm calling them out. See, the Hello Kitty games are clones of other games, because I don't know if this was a package game, because I think I found out after the fact that Garden Panic, it was a pack-in game, so you buy Hello Kitty Dreamcast, you get one of those games. I knew one or two of them was going to be packaged with the Hello Kitty Dreamcast. I just didn't know. I just kind of grabbed my Hello Kitty games, and you know, this isn't really information that's really pertinent. I don't really need to, you know, get into it. But this is Hexagon, and Garden Panic was Battleship. Oh, you can jump pretty far. I did not know this. It seems like the more pieces you get, the more the computer exploits. Yeah, you can jump. Can I just take this piece and jump this way? No, it's going to keep you from doing that. You can jump farther than if you're playing Hexagon. You can only jump like 3 spaces out if you're playing Hexagon. The trick to this game is not to leave spaces. Oh, I was talking about school and classes and stuff, and I had this teacher in high school named Mr. Kervatakis, and he was a science teacher, and he was incredibly just awesome. He was really funny. He was fun. He had this like electrocution rod thing where like you grabbed some metal bars or something, and we all got shocked, and I thought it was just amazing how he presented the information. He was talking about centrifugal force, like swinging, like putting something up to your nose and then letting go of it, and then having the ball swing on a rope or something, and it comes back, and you just know it's not going to hit you if you stand perfectly still. And just the presentation was amazing. I loved my male teachers because I guess they kind of understood about what it was like to be being a teacher sucks. And I just got this sense of altruism and camaraderie and brotherhood. I got that sense from a couple of school teachers growing up, because I think they picked up on my spiritual energy. Like they're like, hey, this guy's like, there's something special about this guy. He's just kind of introverted. But I mean, they left me to my own device. They just, they didn't. They were just really cool whenever I did interact with them, or whenever they interacted with me. And I just think that I don't know, like society as a whole needs male teachers, because male teachers are just I think it's just good for humanity. Like I was talking about how my father was the scoutmaster of my scout troop, and how he really did touch the lives of a lot of kids in the troop. Like, the kids just loved him. They looked up to him, and that's because he was a positive male role model. Because a lot of the kids in my scout troop, their fathers were dead. They died. It's very unfortunate, and my father was like a father to them. And that's just the way it is. And but we really need, I don't know, like there's kids these days that are growing up in single parent households, and they just need a positive male role model. And that's just the sad truth of it. And society really does demonize men, and just makes us think that we're garbage and everything. But like, men we mean more to each other, and females really do ruin it, because men can be way more cooler to each other. Like I was watching a MGTOW video about this one guy who had car problems, and this just stranger on the road, he was another man, he just stopped to help the guy, and he was saying that people are kind of out for themselves, and it's to the point where men are kind of turning on each other, and that's really kind of an unfortunate thing, because if we're not cool to each other, who's going to be cool to us? Because women aren't cool. They're not able to do anything because they're slaves to their own biology and stuff. Females are not built to be caring and empathetic and awesome, because they haven't evolved to that point. They're completely different. Isn't it crazy how we're all Homo sapiens? We're it's crazy how we come from the same species, but we evolve differently. And it's crazy how, like, if you have an X and Y chromosome, that's viewed as being bad when we have two different chromosomes. It's actually pretty awesome that we have one of each different chromosome as opposed to both of the same. I mean, it's I guess you can paint a picture and just demonize any kind of gender by saying, oh yeah, this gender's better because of this and that and this. Like multitasking. Women are known for being better multitaskers, but isn't it better to get one task done at a time, because you get that task done more effectively? I mean, I watch a lot of MGTOW stuff, and that's what a lot of people say. So, but I mean, I like to get tasks done. It's not that I can't multitask, but I do feel like I get things done more effectively when I'm doing them one by one. I'm just kind of playing this game. This is Hexagon. It's a good game. I mentioned techzone.com, and that was a website. There was another website that I visited and frequented growing up. It was addictinggames.com. And apparently Flash games are going the way of the dodo. And I'm just trying to think of other interesting subjects and interesting things that I've been exposed to in the past. Like I really enjoyed classes that I took I went to community college before I went to university, just to get my associate's degree and get that knocked out first. And that was the smartest thing I could have done because it was economical. It was very smart. It I learned to value learning through college because I couldn't just BS my way through college. College is a little bit more legit. You know what I mean? But it's nothing but just work, and I do feel like there is an unfair bias towards females. Like I feel like I would have gotten better grades if I had a uterus, and that's just the fact of things. And you know what I mean? Like I can't prove it, but I pretty much know. It's really kind of messed up how females get preferential treatment just for being female. So. Well, I didn't mean to jump the shark there, but yeah, I totally knew that was going to happen. But we got this. They're going to jump the shark another time. My hope is that they can't jump this gulf. Yeah, let's see if they can. See? Okay, cool. That was a good tactic. These games are kind of gimped. I feel like if I was just playing online and playing regular Hexagon, it would be a lot more difficult. But hey, Hexagon doesn't have a cool little story like this one is. This one has. So, is she a sheep? She's got that sheep hair. It's actually fat cells. Isn't it weird how fat looks like corn cobs, like corn on the cob? If you look at real images of fat, fat is yellow. Oh, I moved the camera for a second. I looked at the back of her little overalls, and I was like, is this an episode of Smurfs? I remember watching Smurfs as a child. I remember the Snorks as well. The Snorks are just underwater Smurfs. But yeah, there's no real point in playing this anymore. What do I rate this? This is a Japanese import game. I think that it has playability, and the language barrier is not that big of a deal. It's just glorified Hexagon, and for that reason, I'll just give it a 6.5 because it's just kind of like a stock game. I gave another game a 7 earlier, so I'm just going to give this one a 6.5. I was thinking about a 7, but we're not really talking about, the same field. We're not playing ball on the same court, basically. This is just different animals. I don't know. A lot of times I'm rating these games and I just wonder why even do that. I'm just basically showing the game and what I think does not matter. It shouldn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't. That background looks like a picnic table. It makes me think about going to there's a dam around my area, and I remember going back when my family would eat meat. They would go get KFC, and we would get like grapes and stuff, and sit down with the picnic tables with the all the food and stuff, and just be up there and chill and do that. And I wish I could go back in time and enjoy it more, because I was always just really negative, caught up in a lot of negativity growing up. I didn't enjoy being the youngest boy with a bunch of older sisters. I've always kind of demonized them, and I guess I still do. I need more forgiveness and acceptance in my heart, but yeah, there's unresolved resentment and loose ends. There's just life is messy, isn't it? Just messy, but yeah, 6.5 out of 10, and I don't recommend, simply for the fact that you can play this game online for free right now. And I mean, I'm not saying this actual game, but you can play Hexagon. Just go to techzone.com, everybody. And other than that, what is there to talk about? Not a whole lot. I hope you guys have a good day, or a good night, or a good whatever existential plane you are existing on right now. If you are a ghost right now, what's up? I don't know. All right, you guys have a good one. Thanks.